Hello, this is Door to Darkness. Kingdom Hearts 3 is one of the most highly anticipated games of all time. Certainly it's the game I look forward to for the most, pretty much for the last 9 years, since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. And one thing people are thinking about is what Disney worlds are going to feature in it. So I'm going to do my top 5 new Disney worlds that I want to see in Kingdom Hearts. I'm restricting this one. No Pixar films, no Marvel films, no Star Wars. I'm not saying I don't want these in the game. I really like Pixar, and my opinions are pretty mixed on the other two. I might go over my opinion on that more detailed in another video. But anyway, here are my top 5 Disney films. Robin Hood. I've always enjoyed this film, and I think it's one that could work really well in Kingdom Hearts 3. Robin could be a party member, and we could have a boss fight against Prince John. Maybe he's being controlled by the Heartless or something along those lines. Could work in the story. We've had the sort of films that are supposed to be set in real world, sort of in the past. Mulan's sort of like that, although they did add a dragon. And Robin Hood could work in the same way that film did. I'm surprised this film hasn't been used yet in the series, and I think it's very likely that we will see this in Kingdom Hearts 3. And I can't really not put it on my list, so it gets in at number 5. The Sword in the Stone. I've only seen this film recently, but it makes sense to me. It is a film that people aren't really talking about for Kingdom Hearts 3. But we've already seen Merlin in both of the main games, and it could fit into the story that we see him in his home world. It could be set during the film while Merlin is training King Arthur, and Sora and everyone else need his help for them to defeat Xehanort. But before they do that, they have to help Arthur to become king. Madam Mim, I think, is the name of the villain in this film. And she's fairly similar to other Disney villains that we've had in Kingdom Hearts, and she could fit into the game just as all of them have. It certainly could fit into the story of Kingdom Hearts 3, and the fact that Merlin has been in previous games shows that Square Enix are aware of the film, and that they like it enough to include a character in the film. And I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not. But I would like to see it, and it gets into my list in 4th place. Narnia, or more specifically, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. This hasn't really been talked about by anyone, I don't think, but the first 2 films in this series are Disney films, so it could potentially happen. It is live action, not animated, but that doesn't mean it can't be done. Pirates of the Caribbean worked in Kingdom Hearts 2. And Narnia is probably more of a traditional Disney film than Pirates of the Caribbean is. We could fight alongside Peter to defeat the White Witch. It's an idea that we want the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3 to be greater, on a bigger scale, and everything like that than in previous games. And there's a pretty big battle at the end of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, and it could be great to play in. Maybe the White Witch has raised an army of Heartless rather than magical creatures, and it could just be huge. As these films are now being done by Fox from the 3rd film onwards, I don't know if they'd be able to use The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, but a Narnia world based on this film, which is obviously based on one of the most famous books of all time, could be great. It's an interesting thought I've had for a while, and it just had to get onto my list in 3rd place. The Emperor's New Groove. This is another film that could easily fit into Kingdom Hearts 3, but it is one that people have been talking about. I really enjoyed watching the film, and it has all the elements of a Kingdom Hearts world. You've got your party member, which could be Kuzco, a boss fight featuring Kronk and Yzma, who can shapeshift, so that would make it interesting. And Yzma's quest for power is similar to other Disney villains that we've seen both in their worlds and in the wider story, like Ursula or Maleficent or whatever. as with Robin Hood, I think it is likely to get into Kingdom Hearts 3. There's quite a bit of demand for it, I think, and I hope it does get in. I would really enjoy playing in an Emperor's New Groove world, and it gets into my list at number 2. Treasure Planet. This was probably my favourite Disney film when I was a child, from when it came out. I think it was about the same time that Kingdom Hearts 1 came out, actually. And it would be great in Kingdom Hearts 3. If we want larger worlds, which quite a few people do, this has the most potential of any Disney film to be huge. We could fight along Jim Hawkins, or maybe the captain of the ship, I can't remember her name. And there are loads of characters that could be good boss fights in the film. As the villain, Long John Silver ends up not really being that evil by the end of the film. Spoilers. It could be sort of Sora or whoever the playable character is at this point, and Jim's quest to save him from being controlled by Xehanort or Maleficent or someone like that, and then we have to fight him to free his heart, or something. It has so much potential to be a great world, and it is the number one Disney world that I want to see in Kingdom Hearts 3. I obviously want to see all of them that I've said before, otherwise they wouldn't be on this list, but no film do I want to see in Kingdom Hearts more than Treasure Planet right now. It's a great film, and it could be an even greater world in this game. I just really want this to happen. So that's it, my top 5 Disney worlds to feature in Kingdom Hearts 3. I might do a Pixar one in the future, sort of my top 5 Pixar films or whatever. But at the moment, for this video, I've stuck to just Disney films. Maybe Narnia is slightly different, but other than that, they are just Disney films. I'm really looking forward to see what Square Enix does with this game, and the worlds are key to that. Whatever they do, I'm sure it will be great, but I'd like all of these worlds to feature if possible. But anyway, please like the video if you did, comment your top 5 worlds, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and thank you for watching.